We outside living proof. Prophesying this place up in smoke like that nigga Snoop. Same crackers had you in slavery telling you get a noose. We got them same crackers coming bowing down, kissing boots, licking dust. Come get with us and you get this truth. Don't ask why I don't go to church. Ask Dylan Roof.
All right, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Mashak, Yahweh Shai. All praise to the Heavenly Father, name is only begotten Son, who the world we call Jesus Christ, for the Hebrew Israelites out in the Bay Area. He reached the downfall of his wicked nation, Babylon, and preach peace and prosperity and salvation to the 12 tribes of Israel, man. So it's the same message as before, but there's a lot of people that hear the word, you know what I mean? Some people are online, ranting and raving, cheering, things like that. They ask us to go to their city. They ask us to, pull up on them, whatever the case may be. And I always say, bro, why don't you just do it in your own city? Like even though we're a big community, once you're in the community and you know what's going on, like the amount of people that don't know in your city outweighs that, you know what I mean? Right. So the people that want us to fly here and go to this small town in Indiana or whatever the hell's going on, like that's not how it works. You have the knowledge, you have the information, you teach your people. Get the butt off your hands as well, you know what I mean? That's your job. They are, what's going on? What's going on?
I'm telling this brother about how important it is to know who you are as people.
Do you believe in the Bible? You believe in the Bible, brother? Let me talk to you for a second. Your mom's a minister? 53?
I believe in the Bible. Not what you might believe. I believe the Bible is.
Well, that's what we're here to dialogue about. What do you believe about the Bible, or how far does it go?
Well, like, so God said, let there be light. God didn't say, let there be light. No, like God's telling you that words are very powerful. Watch what you say. So that's in my aspect. That's my belief. God didn't.
So you don't believe what it says?
Nah, not
so
really.
you read that part and you just
I got a different
interpretation.
Yeah, but at first I believed he said, let there be light. But as I grew and read like the Bible, like today I read Proverbs 1. Then
Proverbs 1?
I read a proverb every day.
Okay.
Because, it's like a calendar. So I read a proverb every day. So at first, I'm like, oh, okay, don't run around with thieves and crooks, Proverbs 3.
Yeah.
But now, when I read stuff, it's different. Like, he didn't make Adam and Eve. He made the whole universe on the first night. In the beginning, God created everything.
Well, he created everything in 1,000-year spans, but I agree. He created mankind at one time. It wasn't just two people, like the church says. I agree with that aspect. But
God, they're trying to humanize God, and he ain't.
What's that?
They're trying to humanize God.
Well, I mean, that's part of what it is. Because he's only the God of Israel. That's the thing that people don't want to acknowledge. You know what I mean? The God of the Bible, this Bible belongs to a particular group of people, the Israelites. We're the Israelites, brother. So you saying let there be light is something about words are powerful. I mean, of course words are powerful, but he did create the earth. Do you believe that? So he created the light, right? What's that? So so he created the light that you're talking about. Let there be light, he created that light, right? So why'd you say it means something different?
Because I believe that the Bible should be interpreted, like when you read it, it's going to come to you in a different way than it was going to come to you.
But how do you know what's right and what's wrong about this interpretation?
I don't try to be right.
What about your mom as a minister? Did she tell you something different about that verse?
No, she never. When we talk about it, I told her, like, I wrote a movie where Lucifer gets invited back to heaven.
Hold on, what?
She said that's blasphemy.
Wait a minute, what did you say?
She said that's blasphemy. I wrote a movie where the angels are told to go get my son, or go get him. His name is He. They call it hidden evil. But this is my movie.
Hold on, you said something about Lucifer going back to heaven. What did you say about that?
God said, go get my son. Like, go get him. And the angel's like, is he? You sure? And they're like, yeah. So he sends him to earth with a map. And they're looking for Lucifer.
I don't know. Wait a minute.
It's called Lost One.
Hold on, where'd you read this at?
I wrote this.
Oh, you wrote that?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's a movie called Lost One.
It's a movie?
Look out, stop talking once knowing evil. What's the
So,
magic?
so is it out right now?
No, I've never put
Or it's a script that you wrote, pretty much? Interesting. So you based it on the Bible, but you just put your own spin on it.
I didn't base it on the Bible. I based it
Where'd you get Lucifer from then? Where's Lucifer come from?
It's kind of a common thing to me.
What's common? Lucifer? Who was Lucifer?
Maybe he's a person that thought he was arrogant.
An arrogant person? Let's get Lucifer in the Bible for him. Let's see what it says.
Like, I don't know.
That's not a problem. We'll read it for you and see
I don't know where
who Lucifer is in the Bible real quick. Because right now, you're kind of like, what's the people that,
My Lucifer experience was The Exorcist.
the movie?
Yeah, it scared the hell
I mean, that's fictional though.
That's scared the hell out of me.
Even though there's people that practice some type of voodoo and things like that, but let's read about Lucifer in the Bible real quick, because it seems like what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking about the children's author, that Tom Cruise in Scientology. He made that up. That's kind of what you're doing right now. You wrote your own script. Well, exactly, but you're basing it off biblical characters supposedly. That's all fiction though. Lucifer is a person in the Bible, literally. Great, exactly. But yeah, exactly. So you took it upon yourself to write about your own deity, quote unquote, whatever. How do you feel about the Bible then? You believe in the Bible then? Okay, let's read.
Khan, this is Isaiah 14:12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer?
Who's Lucifer here? Oh, read.
Son of the morning, how art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations?
So a fallen angel weakened the nations? That's what you're saying? But you believe this is a fallen angel, right? Give me Psalms 103:20. Read that.
Khan, for thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God.
So this Lucifer is saying he's going to ascend into heaven, not fall out of heaven. So is that like backwards of what you're saying? I mean, that's different, brother. That's different. That's talking about the law, sir.
Same Bible though. So
But that's a different topic.
you can take stuff out of context.
This is what you're
The Bible
doing.
as a whole. It's
What
like
is-
I can't take my baby's finger
Sir,
and then
sir.
say, oh, you got beautiful hands, but not his eyes. You know, you
That's
take the whole child. The Bible is taken in as a whole.
I agree, but eye for an eye has nothing to do with this.
That's like what you just said is you believe this part, not this part.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying. I'm asking you about the text. No, there's not. There's not conflict. There's wars in the Bible, but not conflicts about contradictions and different. There's people have different thoughts about things in the Bible, of course. Exactly. That's your understanding. So I'm telling you that's not what it's talking about. Let's keep reading. Go ahead.
Khan, I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north.
Go ahead.
I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell to the sides of the pit.
Oh, wait. So Lucifer's going to be brought down to hell to the sides of the pit. Read on.
They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying,
Have you ever seen Lucifer? Or what does he look like? Is he an angel? Is he an angel? You say he's a fallen angel earlier, right? He's great. That's what I'm telling you. But the Bible describes angels as well. Go ahead.
They that see thee shall
Whoever sees Lucifer, read.
narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying,
Saying what?
Is this the man?
Is this the who?
Is this the man
Is this the man? Read.
that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms?
He's talking about a person that ruled Babylon at the time. He's not talking about a deity. That's what he's talking about, sir.
Like in my movie, jumps in
What's that?
the possession. Because human beings,
I mean, of course, demons possess people, but that's not Lucifer. Lucifer is a person, an actual physical man that lived and died.
I didn't know that.
And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to teach you, brother. I don't know what your mom told you back in the day. You sound like you went off on your own adventure spiritually, and you know, I'm trying to reel you in. You know what I mean? Give me that Judges. I think Judges 13 and 9, I believe. Huh? Your mom smokes and drinks as a pastor. Oh, before that?
So I used to have to go buy cigarettes from you. No.
Is that where you got? That's where you got your cigarettes from? You got it?
I can go buy cigarettes with a note, Bel Air. But then my
No, I'm
mom-
saying though, you got that.
My mom died and came back from life. Didn't smoke, didn't drink.
She died and came back to life. Wow.
Didn't smoke, didn't drink. Or she said she saw a light. And the next day she cut out everything in her life. Became an evangelist. And
Hey.
Reverend
I mean,
Bonnie
I
should
can.
not be talked about in any bad light. Because I'm saying you might be right, but my mom doesn't do this.
What's that?
My mom doesn't talk to me like that.
What do you mean?
She doesn't try to convert me.
I'm not trying to convert you at all. I'm just trying to see what your understanding is. Go to the Bible and give you proper understanding. You know what I mean? So if she's not teaching you, I have to teach you.
Yeah, I have to read it myself.
I'm not going to baby you like your mom. I'm going to teach you.
That's right.
You know what I mean? I'm a man.
You said Isaiah and then you said Psalms.
Well, we read Isaiah 14 just now, and we're going to get Psalms right now, and then we're going to go to Judges and see what angels look like. Read.
Psalms 103 and 20. Bless the Lord, ye his angels,
His angels. Read on.
that excel in strength,
Uh-huh.
that do his commandments,
Read.
hearkening unto the voice of his word.
All angels do God's commandments. Give me that in 1 Kings 22. Angels don't rebel against the Heavenly Father. He created all of them. He controls all of them. That's the point. There's no fallen angels at all. And let's prove it. But give me this first. Read.
This is Judges 13 and 6. Then the woman came and told her husband, saying, a man of God came on to me,
A man of God. Angels can appear as men, but it's going to get deeper. Read.
and his countenance was like the countenance of an angel of God,
Ooh, wait. This angel of God presented himself to this woman. Hey, let me talk to this guy. Read.
very terrible,
Very what?
very terrible.
Very terrible. Angels look terrible to people. You know what I mean?
That's why all of them says, do not fear.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how they start conversations.
Yeah, don't fear. Because first of all, it's not normal for an entity or deity to come to a person and just appear to them like, whoa, what the hell is going on? But that's how it worked back then. You know what I mean? Was that it? Go ahead.
Khan, but I asked him not whence he was, neither told me his name.
So the angel appeared to this woman, and she's like, this angel's very terrible. He's like a monster. You know what I mean? And when you get Ezekiel, the first chapter, it says what? Angels look like they got 4 heads. You know what I mean? Get that real quick. You got something?
Yeah, Ezekiel.
Now give me that First Kings real quick.
22.
And 21. Start at where's it at? Oh, 19.
1 Kings 22 and 19. And he said, hear thou, therefore, the word of the Lord. I
Read.
saw the Lord sitting on his throne,
Read.
and all the hosts of heaven standing by him.
The hosts of heaven are who, sir? What's your name, sir? What's that? Byron? God's sitting on his throne in the hosts of heaven. The hosts of heaven are all the heavenly hosts, all the angels, right? Good and bad. But what's that?
I guess it would be called archangels.
The archangels are the chief angels. But there's multiple angels, though. Not just the Michael and Raphael and Gabriel. You know, there's multiple angels, but those are the leaders of the angels, per se. Just like Christ is the leader of all the archangels, right?
And that Hebrew word host means armies, really.
Yeah, exactly.
So I saw the Lord sitting on his throne, and all the hosts of heaven standing by him on his right hand and on his left.
Uh-huh.
And the Lord said, who shall persuade Ahab
Uh-huh.
that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead?
So God had a plan for this king of Israel. Hey, I need this king to die. He don't go to war, but I want him to die at that war. Read.
And one said on this manner, and the other said on that manner.
Uh-huh.
And there came forth a spirit, and stood before the Lord,
A spirit, an angel, read.
and said, I will persuade him.
I'm going to go down and persuade this king. Read.
And the Lord said unto him, wherewith?
How you going to persuade him? God's talking to the angel. How you going to persuade him? Read.
And he said, I will go forth and be a lion's spirit and the man in the mouth of his prophets.
So the angel said, I'm going to be a lying spirit in the mouth of a lying prophet to persuade the king. And that's what we did in the ancient world as the Israelites. Before we went to war, hey, go to the prophets, go to the seers, and see if the Lord's dealing with us so we can win this war. So the king of Israel, so let me go to the priests, let me go to the prophets. Hey, tap in with God and see what he says. But this time, God's going to use a lying spirit to persuade a prophet to lie to the king and tell him, hey, you're going to win this war, but when he goes there, he's going to die instead. Read? So whether it's an evil angel or a righteous angel, they all do God's bidding. That's the point here. Read?
And I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And he said, thou shalt persuade them and prevail also. You're
going to prevail. You're going to lie to that king, and it's going to work. And guess what happened? He died later on. Exactly how God wanted him to die. Because he got lied to and said, hey, you're going to win this war, but in actuality, God wanted you to die anyway. So fallen angels isn't a thing, sir. That's the point of the whole thing. Angels don't rebel against your creator. It's impossible.
So you'll say
Isaiah
Isaiah 14.
14 and I think you read what? 16? What is it? Oh yeah, Isaiah 12 all the way down to 16. Isaiah 14 and 12 down to 16. We read Psalms 103 and 20. We read Judges 13 and 6 through 7, I believe. And then we read 1 Kings 22, 19 to 22. All referring to the angelic beings, all being in order. There's no such thing as Satan rebelling. Give me Job first. Where you at? Yeah, get Job, the first chapter. Read.
God, this is Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 5. Con, also out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures, and this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man, and everyone had 4 faces, and everyone had 4 wings, and their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their foot was like the sole of a calf's foot, and they sparkled like the color of burnished brass. And they had the hands of a man under their wings on their 4 sides, and they 4 had their faces and their wings.
You still listening, brother? Oh, you got a question, brother?
What's that Nephilim?
The Nephilim? Give me that in Numbers. And give me Genesis 6. Numbers 13. Yeah, give me that in the blue letter. 13 to like 32. You know what I want? You believe in fallen angels too, brother? But do you believe in that though, actually, like literally?
I was talking about the book of Enoch.
Book of Enoch? You read that before? So you believe angels had sex with women and... Oh, wow. You believe in the Bible too, right? Because that's where Enoch comes from, correct? Or...
That's Noah's grandpa.
Well, sure. Yeah, you're right. Give me Genesis 6.
You would say the 7th generation after Adam.
Yeah.
That's Noah's grandpa.
Sorry, the one. Yeah, you're right. Let's read where they get the concept of fallen angels from, and let's debunk that. Read.
It's Genesis 6.
We're going to start from the top. We're going to read the chapter. Or not the chapter, but where the point is. The point is, read.
Genesis 6. And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair.
Who are the sons of God here? What's your name? Emmanuel? You're right. That's a powerful name. Read.
That the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair.
So the fallen angels had sex with women here, right?
They were fair.
No, they had sex. They saw the daughters of men, which are the women, and they had, okay, read.
And they took them wives.
So angels took wives. Read.
Of all which they chose. And the Lord said, my spirit...
Wait, read this slow, because he has to get this. Because he thinks these are angels, but let's see what it says. Read.
And the Lord said...
The Lord said what?
My spirit shall not always strive with men.
Why is he saying his spirit aren't going to strive with men if angels had sex with women?
Say that one more time.
Read it again.
I went over my head.
And the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man.
God told these people my spirit's not going to always strive with men. Why is he addressing the men when it doesn't even address men at all in the text before it? You're saying the sons of God are angels and he has sex with women, but he's saying my spirit's not going to strive with men because of what happened. Why is he saying that?
They lost their way.
Who lost their way? Angels?
The fallen ones, yeah.
Sir, why is it addressing men here though? The men didn't do anything according to what you're saying. Angels had sex with women, but God said in the very next verse, my spirit's not going to strive with men. Why is he addressing men? Because it's not talking about angels, it's talking about men. The sons of God are men. Give me Luke 3 real quick. You got that? Read.
This is Luke 3 and 38. It says, which was the son of Enos, which was the son of Seth, which was the son of Adam, which was the son of God.
So the sons of God are the lineage of Adam. That's what it just said. And do you believe that though? Because angels don't have reproductive organs, sir.
And the son of God, yeah.
So are the angels angels are son of God, but they don't have sex with women. That's the point.
They were fair.
The women were fair, sir. The women were fair, right?
Fair to who?
What does fair mean?
They're open. It's an
No,
open opportunity.
no, that's not fair. Means beautiful.
All right.
Like how, like literally, to Japheth, like Ham, Shem, and Japheth. Japheth means fair. Like if like some women of Japheth look fair, like the Filipinos or Cambodians, Laos, Samoans, Tongans. Those are fair women if you look at them. They're not always just hurt, but they have beautiful women over there sometimes. That's what it means.
That's right.
Give me that in the Hebrew. Read.
This is
Where you
the
at?
NLT.
Oh yeah, give me that.
When starting at section 1, the people began to multiply on the earth, and the daughters were born unto them. The sons of God saw the beautiful women.
The fair women, they're beautiful, they look good. Read.
And took any of them they wanted as with wives. Watch this. And the Lord said, my spirit will not put up with humans.
My spirit's not going to put up with humans. Why? Because the sons of God are humans. They had sex with women that weren't of the chosen seed. That's the point. The sons of God are a chosen lineage. The daughters of men are the people that weren't chosen by God at that time. Like we just read in Luke the 3rd chapter,
So,
Adam, Noah, Shem.
that's like a big ass loop, bro.
What you mean? What Luke?
We already made Adam and Eve, right?
He made multiple nations.
How are you gonna reproduce without a woman?
Sir, you're talking about Christianity right now. The Bible, give me Genesis the 1st chapter, because this is the missing link. Because multiple people everybody was created at one time. It wasn't just 2 people on earth. That's what Christianity teaches, but that's not what it says in the Bible. Give me Genesis 1, and then give me the Hebrew word, Genesis 1 and 21. Read.
This is Genesis 1 and 21. It says, and God created great whales.
Read.
And every living creature that moveth.
Are people living creatures that move? Read.
Which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind.
And human beings are born out of what? They're out of water, right? A woman's water breaks, correct? So that's let's read. Go ahead.
And every winged fowl after his kind, and God saw that it was good.
Give me the Hebrew word.
This is the Hebrew word H5315.
And give me 2nd Ezra 5.
Nefesh.
Nefesh.
Soul.
Soul.
Self. Life. Creature.
Person. That's the definition of that word in that verse. He created people on the 5th day. And let's prove it when Ezra had to rewrite the scrolls. Give me 2nd Ezra 5 and 40. I believe it's 5 and 40. 6 and 46. That's what I want to hear. Start at 45.
This is 2nd Ezra 6 and 45. Upon the 4th day, thou commandest that the sun.
Or 1 Corinthians 15:39.
Thou commandest that the sun should shine, and the moon give her light, and the stars should be in order, and gavest them a charge to do service unto man, that was to be made.
Read on.
Upon the fifth day,
Upon the 5th day, what happened?
thou saidest unto the 7th part,
Read.
where the waters were gathered,
Uh-huh.
that it should bring forth living creatures,
Go ahead.
fowls and fish, and so it came to pass.
Read on.
For the dumb water
The dumb water, read.
and without life
Uh-huh.
brought forth living things at the commandment of God,
Uh-huh.
that all people might praise thy wondrous works.
Okay, so the people were created on the 5th day to praise the works that God created before it. The sun, moon, stars, the water, the other animals. Go ahead.
Then didst thou ordain 2 living creatures, the one thou callest Enoch,
Read.
and the
Now,
other
this is a metaphor for mankind versus aquatic life. This don't elaborate. Read.
Khan, and the other Leviathan.
Leviathan represents the aquatic life. He separated land animal or land people or mammals or whatever the case may be versus water creatures. Read.
And didst separate the one from the other, for the 7th part, namely where the water was gathered together, might not hold them both.
Uh-huh.
Unto Enoch,
Exactly, because we all came out of the water, but he separated us from the water because it can't hold both species technically. Read.
unto Enoch, thou gavest one part which was dried up the 3rd day,
He gave Enoch, the mankind, the land. Period. Read.
that he should dwell in the same part, wherein are 1,000 hills.
1,000 hills on the landmass. We live on a plane, not a globe, if you want to get into that. But anyways, read.
Verse 52, but unto Leviathan thou gavest the 7th part,
The 7th part, the 7 seas, as they call it. Read.
namely the moist,
Mainly the moist. Read.
and hast kept him to be devoured, of whom thou wilt and when.
Yeah. Everybody talks about Leviathan. You read about Leviathan in Job. You read about that?
It's a water monster.
Yeah, exactly. Like Godzilla, technically. And that's where they got the concept from, actually, quiet as kept. But obviously nobody knows where he's at because there's parts of the water we can't reach.
And then he talking about they worshiping God, but you said the spirit of God isn't with them.
Well, no, that was because the chosen sea line slept with people that weren't the chosen sea line. But let's talk about the Nephilim. I know you asked that question. What was your
That's
order?
how I'm like,
Yeah, well,
Numbers 13. Give me Numbers 13. How?
you said
He's rewriting the account.
the spirit of God wasn't with the men that were
That's not what I said.
having sex with the people that weren't chosen.
But we didn't finish that. Give me Genesis 6 because he does a specific thing in this chapter. We didn't get to the point because we were talking about fallen angels. But let's get to the
Yeah,
point
right,
we're
what's
talking
the
about.
point? Yeah.
Read.
Genesis 6 and 3, and the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man.
So how is God's spirit not going to strive with men? Read.
They don't believe in it.
That's not what it's going to say. Let's just read. Read.
For that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years.
God lowered the time they were going to be alive. Exactly. So Methuselah lived for like 900 something years. Noah lived for 600. Like that. God, he's not going to strive with men by reducing their life expectancy. That's what it's talking about. It's not saying that he's not going to be with men because he still has chosen people after this, after the flood. Read.
Con. Verse 4, there were giants in the earth in those days.
Oh, there were giants in the earth. What are the giants? Read.
How they get here?
And also after that,
Listen. let's go into it. Go ahead.
Con, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them.
So angels can't bear children. That's clear. We're going to get that in a second. Read.
And the same became mighty men.
They became mighty men, not giants 600 foot. No. What was your order?
I'm sorry, I was going to.
Get the Hebrew word for giants. You give me 1 Corinthians 15, and then I need somebody to get Numbers 13 and 33 after that. Read. And I'm going to get something
What verse
in
is
it.
that?
Genesis 6 and 4.
So this is H5303, and it's Nephilim, right?
That's where you get Nephilim from. The fifth.
Giants, the Nephilim, right? And it's, let me see, got it right here. In Numbers 13:33, right? It's just giants. So all the variants, all the ancient versions, right? Giants got the constellation of Orion.
Get the verse.
Oh, okay.
Get Numbers 13 and get the verse. And get this first. Give me 1 Corinthians 15 first. Oh, you already there? Go ahead.
Numbers 13 and 33, and there we saw the giants.
We saw the giants. This one saw giants. How tall are the giants?
I forgot the measurements.
Well, in Enoch it says they're like 400 feet or something crazy. Women can't give birth to no 20-foot baby, bro. That's impossible.
You gotta grow though.
But how big is it?
We're not.
Sir, how big is it coming out
We're
though?
not 5 feet.
So is it a
tall
regular?
when we're born.
But is it a regular baby coming out like 6-7 pounds, or is it a 30-pound baby that's like 3 feet already?
I've never seen one.
But how is it? But that's not physically possible, sir. That's my point. It's
A
not.
baby is a baby.
But these are.
It don't matter how big it is, right?
But how does it get to be 400 feet?
They grow into it.
It's
Grow
like
into
like an
it.
elephant or like a hippo. All right.
Grow
sure.
into it.
I mean, if that's what you believe, sure. Let's just go into it. Let's see what the Giants.
Nothing is born its maximum.
But I'm saying
size.
though, but a baby elephant is shorter than me, but when it grows up, it's going to be a 2-ton animal, 3-ton animal, right?
Yes.
So that means if a giant baby comes out, it's already going to be bigger than me already, right?
No.
How? So a baby that's a giant that goes to be 400 feet, it's going to start out as a 22-inch baby? Like, bro, come on, we got to be serious here. We got to use logic here, sir.
That's logical.
No, it's not. It's not.
Oh wait.
Because the baby is only going to be 120 years old maximum. How long is it going to take to get to 400 feet?
Shit.
Well,
When do you hit puberty?
as a man,
I said, when do people hit puberty?
well, it depends. And in the ancient days, it took a while. 17, 18, 19 years old. They weren't eating. They weren't eating because they weren't eating chemical-induced food. What's that?
How do you know that? Who told you?
Give me well, the Bible says when women hit their puberty.
Oh, when a man at 20,
yeah,
remember?
20 years old.
Like a man is not considered a man in ancient Israel, so they're like 20 years old, bro.
So when did a bar mitzvah? What's the point of a bar mitzvah?
That's Judaism, bro. We don't practice that. That's not in the Bible
They
at
are
all.
Jews.
Bro, that's not in the Bible. A bar mitzvah is something made up
It's
by
a
them
tradition.
crackers over there, huh?
Tradition.
By who? It's not in the Bible. If they're Jews, where they get that practice from? Exactly, they made it up. Those aren't the real Jews. Even those white people are Jews?
They're Gentiles.
Oh, okay, but they say they're Jews, right? So which one is it? Those are man-made customs that they're practicing. So, but let's get to the point. Let's go to the Nephilim still. Where you at? Yeah, give me that.
And there we saw the giants, the sons of Enoch.
The sons of who?
Enoch.
Are these fallen angels? Who's Enoch? He's a Canaanite. Let's get that. What's that?
I said, I don't know that.
Are these the same giants though? Because it says giant. The giant is a giant, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's read.
Look, this is a Hebrew word, 6061. Enoch.
Uh-huh.
Enoch means neck. Progenitor of a family or tribe of giant people of Canaan.
The giant people of Canaan. Are these 400 feet giants?
Look,
Are you familiar?
It's a tribe of Canaan.
Yeah, they're
That means
Canaanites.
that's where
They're
they're
Africans.
from.
They're Africans.
That's where they're from.
Yeah, Africa. But they weren't 400 feet though.
Is that a person or a place?
A man is, his name is Enoch, but he's the father of this particular tribe of Canaanites that were giants.
look what the Strong's definition says.
Strong's definitions, Enoch. The same as 860 is 6060. Enoch, a Canaanite.
He's a Canaanite.
That's like a nigga. What's a nigga?
He's African. But this is the difference though. This is the same word that's in Genesis 6. The Hebrew, Nephil. But these aren't 400-foot people. That's the point. So the same giant, if you want to say these giants are 400 feet, these giants have to be the same measurements. But they're not. The giants that they're talking about here, the tallest person in the Bible is like 9 feet.
Well, he had brothers.
Well, yeah.
Goliath had a brother.
Goliath had 3 brothers, and each brother was 1 foot taller. So
Yeah, 9 or 10 feet back then.
12 feet.
But they weren't 30 feet. That's when, like Shaq. You saw Shaq, like, oh, he's a giant. George Marathon, he's like, what, 7'7"? He's a giant to us. I'm 6'3".
I never said a giant was 400 feet tall.
But that's what it says in Enoch, though.
Enoch says it.
Enoch says that.
I just said I believe the angels came down here and had sex with women.
Well, let's just prove that. Give me 1 Corinthians 15. What was he over there? Oh, I can get that in a second.
Because what is the fruit from the tree supposed to be?
We can get that in a second. Yeah, give me that. The fruit from the tree? Yeah, let's get that.
Sex.
Con, this is
brother, Emmanuel, you can't utilize your powerful name for this rhetoric, brother. Who told you that? Who told you that?
Who are you learning from?
I don't know that.
Sir, so wait a minute. Give me that, brother. Oh my God. Give me that in Genesis 3rd chapter. So wait a minute. God tells Adam and Eve they can have sex with everybody else except for these people? Is that what you're telling me? It's like an orgy?
It has a hidden meaning.
Sir,
He said,
of course it
"Don't
does.
eat- Don't eat from the tree of knowledge."
But they can have sex with everybody else, right? That's what it means.
Don't eat from the tree of knowledge.
But they can have. But it says you can eat from every tree except for this one, right?
Yeah.
So they can have sex with everybody else except for this one group.
They didn't know what that was.
That's not what it means, though. That's my point.
They didn't know what sex was till they ate from the
Sir,
tree.
sir, that's ridiculous, sir.
They didn't know they were naked till they ate the fruit.
That's all allegory, sir. That's my point. It's an allegory, and I'm gonna prove it to you. You ask a question, I'm gonna prove it to you. You ask a question, let me teach you, brother. You might not run with it, but let me just bring it out. You know what I mean? We're not at odds here, but I disagree. Give me that. Hold on, let's read this first. So I give me Genesis or 1 Corinthians 15. Go ahead.
Now this is 1 Corinthians 15 and 44. It is sown a natural body. It is raised a spiritual body.
39.
Say that one
Verse
more time.
39. All flesh is not the same flesh,
All flesh isn't the same flesh. Read on.
but there is one kind of flesh of men,
One kind of flesh of men.
another flesh of beasts,
Uh-huh.
another of fishes, and another of birds.
Read.
There are also celestial bodies.
What's a celestial body?
Ghost.
Sure. Read.
Or celestial, that's a planet. Actually.
Not quite. Read.
And bodies terrestrial.
What are terrestrial bodies?
He's talking about flesh. It can't be a planet.
Yeah, he's talking about a different type of flesh. What's a celestial body and a terrestrial body?
Terrestrial means earth. Terra, earth.
So what's celestial?
Celestial is like spirit.
Like an angel, right?
Spirit.
Is an angel a spirit?
No.
Of course it is. Of course it is, sir.
We just read that. It called the angel of spirit in Kings.
Yeah. I think he was talking over. I don't think he
Oh,
heard
we're
that
talking
part.
to
I don't think he
the
heard
other
that part.
brother,
But we can get that in a second. But keep reading.
God, it says there are also celestial bodies and bodies terrestrial.
So those are two different type of bodies, right? Birds and beasts like lions and whatever, bears, yeah, fish. Exactly. So they can't mate, right? A bear and a gorilla can't mate. They're both mammals, but they can't mate.
They have to be in the same flesh.
Exactly. But even technically, they are the same flesh. They're both beasts, but they can't reproduce because they don't have the. That's not natural. You know what I mean? Like a liger, they force that. You know what I mean? That's not natural for a lion and tiger to reproduce. That's not natural. Just like an angel and a person on earth can't reproduce. Read.
But the glory of the celestial is one.
The glory of the celestial is one. The angels have a different type of glory. Read.
And the glory of the terrestrial is another.
So it's two different type of flesh. Read.
Con, there is one glory of the sun.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's all I wanted. So that's the point. Angels have different type of flesh. Even if they present themselves as humans, they do it in the Bible sometimes. You know, when Abraham had the two angels on his side, Lot, what's that?
Gabriel came to Mary and she.
Well, yeah, exactly. But people,
Was he a human?
He was presented as a human.
I'm not sure. It doesn't really elaborate on that, honestly. Because obviously, I mean, sometimes, I think when Samuel got the word, he just heard a voice, you know what I mean? But it was an angel. He just heard a voice and he thought Nathan was talking to him.
And how did Jacob wrestle in an
Those without sin
That's the
cast the
spirit.
first stone.
They can present themselves as humans. That's what I just told you. They can present themselves as humans. But that doesn't mean they can reproduce.
You heard that, right?
Yes, I said that's
If
fine.
they could present themselves as human.
Yes.
This
But
nigga
that-
I could physically wrestle an angel, right?
Yes.
Why can't you fucking angels? You know what? I would
Because
say-
they don't have reproductive organs,
Who
sir.
told you that?
Sir, we just read that they have different type of flesh,
But
and we just agreed that
who
animals.
told you that?
Sir,
I
that's
mean, no, it says that, but who said they can't reproduce?
sir. If a bear and a gorilla can't reproduce, why would an angel and a human be able to reproduce? They can both touch each other. They can wrestle in a cage, but they can't reproduce. Right or wrong? That's simple. That's as simple as I can break it down to you, brother.
To touch on that, it said it's different types of flesh. That's why you're able, if God put submission on an angel to present himself as a human, Jacob wrestled one, it was flesh. That he was presenting himself as flesh. And that's what he's going into right there. There's different types of flesh, celestial and terrestrial, right? So it's a certain type of flesh, but that doesn't mean that they can make. You know what I mean?
That don't make sense. That's contradictory.
Sir, how come it hasn't happened again then? If there's fallen angels
They're
somewhere.
locked up. He locked them up.
Oh wow.
He bound
That's
them to the earth.
no.
In the ground, bro.
No, he's talking about Jude, yeah. You're getting all these doctrines from like, I don't know. It's not a problem because we've heard.
Why did he flood the earth?
What's that?
Why is the flood?
Because the earth was wicked. There was wickedness, and he had to get rid of everybody.
And what did it say he did to the Babylon?
He did it to everybody except for eight people.
He did what?
He killed everybody except for 8 people. You familiar? You talking about it? So
Art, right?
yeah. So I mean, everybody else was wicked according to God. What can I say?
He's trying to force the book of Enoch so
Yeah, I know.
bad
I'm
right
not.
now, bro.
You are. You believe in Enoch though, right?
I just believe that verse. 'Cause how did giants get here, bro?
Who? But we just
How
proved
did
that
giants
giants were
get
people that were like at the maximum 10, 11 feet.
And
Max.
That definition of that was, to
Gi-
me, it sounded like a place. Enoch or whatever.
Enoch is a person, a Canaanite.
Sounds like a
It's
place.
a progenitor.
It's a person though.
It's a Canaan.
Yeah. Where's Canaan?
I
In Israel. In Israel. Yeah, that's that used to be Canaan technically. Because the Israelites conquered Canaan with Joshua. So that's what it's talking about. Read.
Going back to the word of Enoch, right? The word Enoch.
Yes.
The Allen biblical use, progenitor of a family or tribe of the giant people, Canaan.
Right.
He was the progenitor. What is a progenitor?
The father.
So these, let's go back to the verse.
Progenitor is a father. You father
finish
people.
our definition, bro.
No, let's go back to the verse because the verse will tell us exactly what's happening. And there we saw giants, sons of Enoch, which came of the giants, and we were in our own sight as grasshoppers, and so we were in their sight. Let's go to the word Enoch. Enoch. Enoch means neck. The name Enoch means neck. Progenitor of a family or a tribe of giant people in Canaan. Strong's definition. The same as 86060, Enoch, a Canaanite.
That's what it is. It's a family of Canaanites, brother. They were a little bit taller than the Israelites.
That
8,
sounds
9,
like
10
a
feet.
slur to me.
What's that?
It's slurred.
No,
It's
that's
not saying it's a person.
brother.
What does a progenitor mean, bro?
We just read it. It's the sons of Enoch. What does that mean?
Okay, I'm a son of Africa.
No, that's not a person. That's not a person, sir. That's not even logical.
I'm a
You have
son
a
of
father.
Africa.
You have a father though. Okay then. Your father's in Africa, right?
But it's giving you the definition.
Sir,
it's
sir.
telling you where they're from.
Exactly. But what's the father's name?
So y'all are saying or not.
Exactly. That's his name. Read.
Progenitor, definition. A person or a thing from which a person, animal, or plant descended or originates as an ancestor or parent.
Exactly. He's the parent of sons that were tall.
So he was the first giant.
I mean, Genesis 6 talks about giants.
I say he was the first giant.
Well, no, this is way after the flood. So Genesis 6 has to be the same type of giants, right? Because that can't be the first giant. Genesis 6 talks about giants, according to you.
How wouldn't that be the same giant?
Genesis 6 is before the flood. According to you, everybody died except for 8. According to the Bible, everybody died except for 8 people. So the giants died in the flood at that time. So these giants are different. But they're not 300 feet, and they didn't have sex with. These aren't angels either. But it's the same Hebrew word, brother. You know what I mean? Are you catching on a little bit, or is you getting some traction, or what?
Are we tracking?
I'm listening. Go ahead. Keep talking. Tell me about the practice.
Because these giants didn't have. These aren't angels, sir. You try to say it's a place, but no, these are Canaanites. These are Africans that had sex with their own tribesmen or whoever they had sex with and produced tall people. That's it. That's all I'm talking about, right?
Look, this is a Strong's H7497 Rephaim. It says giants, old tribal giants, but in the lexicon here, look, it says very ancient nation of Canaanites beyond Jordan.
They're Canaanites, brother. They didn't talk about no fallen angels. They didn't talk about any of that. So if these giants are it's the same Hebrew word, like I said. These giants in Numbers in the Old Testament are Canaanites. They weren't born of angels. So that means Genesis 6 they can't be angels, brother. That's just common sense. There's no such thing as fallen angels.
Let's go back to the definition. Let's go back to Genesis 6 and 4. Watch this.
Go ahead.
And there were giants in the earth those days. There were Nephil in the earth those days. And also after that, when the sons of God...
What's that?
Is a giant and a Nephilim the same thing?
That's what the Hebrew word is for giant. Giant means Nephilim.
You just said it twice, though.
Yeah.
Well, he put that word in.
Hebrew word.
It's the Hebrew word for giant.
For giant.
Right? And also after that, when the sons of God came into the daughters of men, they bare them children. The same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown. Men of renown.
Men of renown.
Renown. Look what it says. A name, reputation.
Yeah, they had a great reputation. They were mighty men. Read.
Fame, glory. That's it. Through the idea of a definite or a conspicuous position, compare an appellation as a mark or a memorial of individuality. By implication, honor, authority, character, base, famous, named, renowned, or report. They were men of report, man.
Exactly. Men of fame. They weren't 400 feet.
They were gods to regular people.
I mean, sure.
All right. They were worshipped.
No, it doesn't say that. It doesn't say that.
They were famous.
Yeah, they were famous.
People worship famous people right now.
I mean, in a way, sure, but that's not the same. It doesn't say anything like that here. But I can understand what you're saying.
I can see what
I can see what you're saying. I don't necessarily. It doesn't say that, so I don't want to add to the Bible. But I can see what you're saying.
They were idolized.
Sure, if you want to say that, sure. Not their own.
A king back then would be famous, right?
Absolutely.
Everybody in the kingdom know him.
Of course.
People from another country knows him.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I can see what you're saying. But as far as fallen angels having sex with women, absolutely not.
Y'all just don't believe that.
Well, we're reading the Bible, so we're breaking it down as best we can. Holy Spirit working through us. You know, I want to say the wrong things, but guess what? That doctrine is of the devil. I'm gonna keep it real with you. That's not biblical. You got to go to an extra biblical source. Matter of fact, pull up the documents of Enoch. Pull up the manuscripts of Enoch. What you got?
And everything that's supposed to be in the Bible is not in the Bible, right?
Everything is in the Bible. It's supposed to be in the Bible. Where's the red book? Well, we got the 1611. You heard of this book? This Bible? This
Is that
Apocrypha?
from Ethiopia?
Of course not. Why would the Ethiopians have the real Bible?
Well, some of those
They
books
have
are
more
found in
books.
the Ethiopian book.
The Book of
They have
Jubilee?
books that aren't canonical though.
The Book of Jubilee?
That's pseudo. Enoch, Jubilees, Jasher, those aren't in the Bible because those aren't real books. Literally.
King James, that's the white man's Bible.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Can you prove it? I can prove he's black.
King James.
I got the book. Go in my backpack. Go in my backpack. I'm gonna show you. Because you know black people ruled Europe, right? You familiar with that? The Dark Ages?
The Moors.
It was King James a Moor?
I'm not so sure.
Well, you're saying he's white, so of course you don't believe that. Give me the red book. It's in there. Behind, no, not that one. It's behind it. It should be the other red one. Give me this. Look at this. The Negro Question 4. This is the black nobility in Europe. That's King James right here. Is that a white man? You want me to open the pages? You want me to open the pages?
Go ahead.
Let me open it.
Wasn't he a steward?
Yeah, he was a steward.
He was a steward.
Which means black.
Which means black in like in old English, bro. Like he was a black lineage, man.
Yeah,
It's like
black nobility.
So Christianity started in Africa, right?
Well, we want to say the Bible was in
Sure.
Africa before it went to Europe. Yes, we can say that. We can say that. Yeah.
It started in Africa.
I want to say that
The manuscripts were written in Africa. And,
yes.
Yeah,
We had the Bible in Africa before it reached Europe. Way before it reached
Egypt
Europe.
is in Africa, right?
The what?
Absolutely.
Egypt is in Africa.
Egypt is in Africa, yeah.
Do y'all believe the Jews built the pyramids?
The Israelites were in captivity building, yes, right? Because
I said, do y'all believe they built the pyramids?
because in the Torah it says that they were complaining to Pharaoh like, "Yo, you want us to make
Look,
bricks
here you go, look.
over and over, but you're not giving us enough straw." And what did he tell them? He says, "We're not going to give them no straw, but I want you to make me double the bricks." That's talked about in the Torah. You know what I'm saying? So that implies that they were building for Pharaoh. You know what I mean?
Let me. You see, this is the same picture on the front. What does it say? The Scottish kings of English. He was a black nobility. Image in New College Library, Edinburgh, UK. Let me read it. I know that this image of a black King James can be a little confusing because of your Western education. That's what's going on with you, Emmanuel. You've been Westernized, you know. But this is the truth that is known by the rich and the elite in the world. That was the reason I paraded all the English historians and professors before I got into the bowels of this book. I had to get your mind ready to receive the truth. King James came from a long line of black Scottish Stuart kings. 343 years of rulership in Scotland. That's who King James was. He was a black king. Period. It's right here.
And that's why they try to defame him after his death.
Yeah, he's
He's a
homosexual.
homosexual.
Oh my God,
He had a lover. Yeah, man.
That's what they try to say.
Yeah, man.
People that don't believe in the Bible say that per se.
Well, even his enemies, like the whole concept or the whole rumor of him having a homosexual lover came from one of his main enemies, and people ran with that.
I've never heard that.
You gotta study your history, brother. You read Enoch, you gotta study some real history. So let me read the rest of this. The Stuarts not only ruled in Scotland, they ruled France, Spain, Ireland, England, Britain, Wales. King James was able to rule all these lands because of all these people were of Iberian, black descent. They were the same people. Black people were all over Europe before in the Dark Ages. That's what they call the Dark Ages. They try to say it was all type of disease. No, white people were in caves. Black people were ruling Europe. Period. There's all type of history on that. And you know about the Moors. The Moors were in Spain, but they were in England too. I literally just seen a video last night where Priest Daniel was going into talking about. Let me see my phone. Put that in there. Let me pull this up because it's crazy how people don't know this. I don't know. Listen, brother. That statement you said King James was white. That was just off. You show them the Enoch.
Yeah, this is all they found of Enoch right here.
You know what I'm saying? What about the book of the Ethiopian?
Well,
They just have added books that aren't canonical to us. That's all.
Well, and also in their Bible, there is books of the Apocrypha, mind you, right? But they got non-biblical books in their book, which they themselves call canon, right? But at the same time, in the Ethiopian Bible, they got books that are called pseudographical, right? There's a difference of apocryphal and pseudographicals. Pseudo means fake. Apocryphal means hidden. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, the Ethiopian book does have some of the books that are found in the Apocrypha also. You know what I mean? There was something else I wanted to touch on too. I'll remember right now.
Look at this. This is This is a penny, a copper penny of King George of England. Is that like a white man? That's a black man, bro. King George, I think it's King George III. He ruled in Europe as well. And this is a copper penny that the white man didn't realize it was around, and it got out. And obviously, that's what they did. They whitewashed the images after they took over in 1492. Even though King James still ruled in the 1600s, and a few of his people ruled after him, they weren't what's the word? They weren't King James didn't authorize slavery. Like people say, oh, he's white. I know he didn't know what was going on. White people that were ruling other lands that took over eventually, they were authorizing slavery. You know what I mean? So King James had the Bible translated into English and put it for the whole world to read. That's what made him so famous. Because the Bible used to be only for the upper echelon of people.
Like the Geneva, the John Tyndale, and all that was written by the ecclesiastical powers, meaning being priests or deacons and all that. So the thing what King James did, right? He translated it and let the layman, which means any Joe Schmo can read it. That's why they hate it.
Oh, yeah. Didn't they have a meeting to decide what was going on? They had a meeting.
I mean, later, yeah. That's like the 1500s, yeah, 1500s. People say Constantine did it, but no, Constantine, that's 300 AD, so I'm thinking of something else. They did have a meeting by the canonical books, yes.
That was later.
So
Yeah, that was way later.
How
That was
are we
1500s.
supposed to
So.
know what's really supposed to be in there?
Oh,
what's not?
I remember now. Now the Torah and the Bible do speaks about the kings of the war, the book of the wars of the Lord, and certain books like the books of the kings, or the annals of David. We haven't found those manuscripts yet, though. We haven't. You know what I'm saying? He even speaks about the book of Jasher, but the book of Jasher that's circulating today is not the same book, right? Because they don't even. Where's the original manuscripts? All of a sudden, this white man came up. This is the book of Jasher. The same thing about the book of Enoch, because this is the actual only manuscripts of the book of Enoch that was found. But why is the book of Enoch 105 chapters? Could you get 105 chapters out of this, Emmanuel? Look, absolutely not. So this man that translated the book of Enoch, he says, he added all that. This is 2 chapters, if that.
Fragmented. Yeah, that's the Dead Sea Scrolls. Exactly. So where'd the book come from? But you know what they did? They read the Bible. They came with their own ideologies, and they wrote it down because they know people are going to hearken to quote unquote God's extra book that were hidden. Oh my God, it's hidden. I got to find this out. All right, we'll go ahead and read it. But it contradicts the Bible. Jasher contradicts the Bible. Jubilees contradicts the Bible. You know what I mean?
Enoch.
That's what I mean. Enoch contradicts the Bible.
They said it was snow before rain.
Exactly.
Like-
And it says some other angel forgives sins. Like, it's some random, like, bro, what? Like, that's ridiculous.
I feel like it said that the fallen ones came down
And taught people war, yeah, all that garbage.
Y'all don't believe it.
No. They taught men war, like, I mean,
How to make weapons, how to put on makeup, jewelry.
no. Why did it need to be taught by fallen angels? I believe that's spiritual, but I don't believe fallen angels did it. That's ridiculous. I thought they were wicked. Like, what do you, like, I thought they were wicked. Like, aren't wicked people supposed to... What, makeup is wicked and jewelry? How?
What's the purpose of it?
I mean, we wore, give me Songs of Solomon 1 and 10. Bro, we wore jewelry all throughout the ancient times, brother. Men and women.
Who taught them how to make that?
Sir, we are the salt of the earth. We make everything. Gold, silver, rubies, diamonds, all that stuff we already had. Give me that.
Solomon.
Sir, the Spirit of God, not no angel. Not a wicked angel. Hey, put this grill in your mouth. You look like a heathen. Lord, bro. That's what we got it from the Bible. Because we are the people of the Bible. Give me Isaiah, the 3rd chapter. Go ahead. You want to win?
Come on.
Go ahead.
Verse 10.
That's how you know the people in the Bible are black. We're the people in the Bible. That's the ultimate concept of what we're talking about.
I already know that.
You're a Jew, brother, if you're African American.
know that.
Read.
It says, thy cheeks are comely with rows of jewels, and neck with chains of gold.
King Solomon wrote about gold grills, diamond grills, and gold chains, brother.
Then we talking about
That's not nothing new. That's 3,000 years ago,
the
at
King
least.
of Solomon had a baby with the Queen of Sheba.
No, he didn't. No, he did not.
Cut somebody
No,
the other
did he?
day
Did
without that.
No, absolutely not.
We just cut somebody.
Absolutely
the other
not.
day.
I didn't say he.
Oh, I thought you said he
I
did, but
said
no.
did he?
No,
No, he
no.
didn't.
But the Ethiopians run with that, and I mean, like I said, they can say whatever they want. They have no ties to King Solomon at all. Go ahead.
God says that they're promised a sword. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
God said he's gonna kill the Ethiopians. So how's that work?
Ezekiel 16 and 9. Then I washed thee with water, yea, I thoroughly washed away thy blood from thee. I anointed thee with oil. I clothed thee also with broidered work, and shod thee with badger's skin. I girded thee about with fine linen, and I covered thee with silk. I decked thee with ornaments. I put bracelets upon thy hands, and chain on thy neck. I put a jewel on thy forehead, and earrings in thine ears, and a beautiful crown upon your head.
Who did that for us? God.
Not no angel named Azazel.
Yeah, exactly. That's his name. That's all I want to say is Azazel. Who the hell is Azazel? You understand that, brother?
You know what I mean?
I appreciate your time, brother. I'm glad you listened because let's look at 1 Kings 10. Let's get that real quick before you go. We can close out in a
I'm
second.
gonna keep y'all too.
Yeah, we gotta go
I'll
get
stay
some
right
food.
here all night and talk.
It's all good, brother. We out here every Saturday, brother.
I'll tell you, I got Carter.
You got a fire? You got a fire?
Flyers.
You got a fire, didn't you? Oh yeah, get his brother a flyer. You from the city? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's where he at. Hunters Point. He live in Hunters Point. You know what I mean? Yeah, we out here every Saturday, brother.
We're in the point.
Up the street from Cattle State.
Oh, okay.
Right there.
Yeah, he in Hunters Point right now. He live there. I'm gonna drop him off there later on.
It's almost like Double Rock, really.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
yeah. Go. Where you at?
B and J.
Give me that.
Me and Jay.
Is that? Yeah. Give me that. Let's end with this. Give me the last one.
Now this is 1 Kings 10. It says, and when the queen of Sheba heard of the fame of Solomon concerning the name of the Lord, she came to prove him with hard questions. And she came to Jerusalem with a very great train, with camels that bear spices, and very much gold and precious stones. And when she was come to Solomon, she communed with him of all that was in her heart. And Solomon told her all her questions, and there was not anything hid from the king which he told her not.
Go ahead.
And when the queen of Sheba had seen all of Solomon's wisdom, and the house that he had built, and the meat of his table, and the sitting of his servants, and the attendance of his ministers, and their apparel, and his cupbearers, and his ascent by which he went up onto the house of the Lord, there was no more spirit in her. And she said to the king, it was a true report that I heard in mine own land of thy acts and of thy wisdom. Howbeit, I believed not the words until I came and mine eyes had seen it.
Yeah, so same thing. You're talking about a famous king. King Solomon was a famous king at that time. Queen Sheba, I gotta see what these guys talking about. He's the most wisest man on earth. Let me check him. Let me go through all his kingdom and see what he's like. Now he said, oh man, I believe everything you're talking about now. Read.
And behold, the half was not told me. Thy wisdom and prosperity exceedeth the fame which I heard.
Go ahead.
Happy are thy men, happy are thy servants, which stand continually before thee, and that hear thy wisdom. Blessed be the Lord thy God, which delighteth in thee, to set thee on the throne of Israel, because the Lord loved Israel forever.
Read on.
Therefore made he thee king to do judgment and justice. And she gave the king 120 talents of gold, and of spices very great store, and precious stones. There came no more such abundance of spices as these, which the queen of Sheba gave to King Solomon.
Read.
And the navy also of Hiram that brought gold from Ophir, brought in from Ophir great plenty of almug trees and precious stones. Keep going. Come on.
Keep reading.
And the king made of almug trees pillars for the house of the Lord, and for the king's house harps also and psalteries for singers. there came no such almond trees, no, nor were seen unto this day. And King Solomon gave unto the queen of Sheba all her desire whatsoever she asked, besides that which Solomon gave her of his royal bounty. So she turned and went to her own country, she and her servants.
So she's got all she wanted, the information, the tour. They didn't have sex. She left after that. That's all it's talking about. I know they try to say Haile Selassie was from the line of Judah. How? He's an Ethiopian. He'd be a Jew if that was the case. He'd be in Israel if he was the son of Solomon. He'd be a king in Israel.
Wasn't he doing something with like demons and shit?
Who? King Solomon? He was worshiping idols. He was worshiping idols because of his wives. Yeah, he turned old, and his wives pretty much forced him to serve. I don't want to say force him, but he was sympathetic towards his wives' deity because they were heathen. Some of them were.
He was supposed to build a temple.
He built the Lord's temple, yeah, before that. He built the Lord's temple, yeah, before that.
But our writings suggest that he did repent because that's when he wrote Ecclesiastes. He said that nothing's worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like if you read Ecclesiastes, it would refer that he actually repented.
Yeah, so King Solomon did go off. He definitely was worshiping idols. And he built the temple for sure. But he wasn't necessarily worshiping demons. I mean, I guess you could say that because other guys are pagan or whatever the case may be, but...
Alright, I'm gonna let y'all go.
Yeah, it's all good, brother.
We'll talk next week.
Yeah, every Saturday, 3 p.m., brother.
Yeah, please come next week.
I'm gonna think of some questions.
Yeah, all good. All praise to the Most High, brother.
Hey, look up our videos, bro. Like, we got videos on almost all topics.
Yeah, we on YouTube, well, thousands of videos. Not just us, but, you know, a lot of different groups, a lot of different cities that we're in, you know what I mean? Every copy you can think of, I'm pretty sure we've touched on it, you know what I mean? But like I said, you come with your own questions. Even if you're not satisfied, you know what I mean? We out here in the flesh every week.
I just be open-minded and shit.
Yeah, it's all good, brother. I'm glad you listened. Like I said, it wasn't contentious, but I just disagree with, you know, some of the things he was referencing. And like I said, hopefully...
agree to disagree on shit.
Yeah, you know, it's not nothing that we can control. Yeah, he's my brother. We can't control what you believe, what you don't believe. But hopefully, you got your questions answered to the point where you can understand where we're coming from at least. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So give me this last one.
That's cool, yeah.
So Rock 23 and 27. And they that remain shall know that there is nothing better than the fear of Yahweh.
Man.
And that there is nothing sweeter than to take heed unto the commandments of Yahweh. It is great glory to follow the Most High. And to be received of him is long life.
Yeah, that's the ultimate goal. Not necessarily about the doctrine of giants and things like that. That's not necessarily the main focus. We serve the Most High, reverence his son, and keep the commandments. That's the bottom line. That's what we're going to do to get out of this hellhole called Babylon the Great Whore in America.
That's right.
Keeping the commandments, loving each other as we love ourselves, following who the world calls Christ, Hamashiach Yahweh, the Messiah. You know what I mean? So that's our message for today. All praise to the Most High. When we close out, give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. By Shem Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, say Shalom, man.